If you've ever wanted to shut down someone who thought the world revolved around their phone call, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because this is one of the most petty, yet most satisfying revenge stories you'll ever hear. It had been one of those long travel days. My body was tired, my phone was nearly dead, and all I wanted was a quiet spot in the hotel lobby to sit, charge my phone, and breathe. The lobby was calm, soft background music, the faint hum of air conditioning, the occasional ding of the elevator. For a moment, it felt almost meditative. I sat on one of those long wooden benches with a charging outlet built into the side. Perfect spot. My phone was plugged in, I was scrolling quietly, and I thought, finally, a break. This older guy shuffled over, plopped down directly next to me on the bench, and without hesitation, pulled out his phone. But instead of lifting it to his ear like a normal human being, he slammed that speakerphone button and blasted his conversation at full volume. And when I say full volume, I mean the hotel staff at the front desk stopped what they were doing and looked over. His voice, combined with the person on the other end, echoed through the entire lobby like a bad public announcement system. I tried to ignore it at first. Deep breath. Okay, maybe it's a quick call, but no. This wasn't going to be a quick, yes, I landed kind of call. This was a full-blown saga. Loud laughter, personal details, even the occasional coughing fit, all at max volume. I grabbed my phone, unplugged the charger, and thought, fine, I'll just move. I walked across the lobby, found a small table tucked into the corner, and sat there instead. Distance should help, right? Even from across the room, his voice thundered over everything. The guy had one of those deep, booming tones that seemed to carry through walls, and the speaker was cranked so high I could still hear the person on the other end like they were sitting right in front of me. It wasn't just me anymore. Guests were walking past, shaking their heads. Staff exchanged glances, but no one said anything, and that's when I felt it. That mix of irritation and helplessness we all know too well. That moment when someone is being unbelievably inconsiderate, and everyone just suffers in silence because, well, confrontation is uncomfortable, but my patience had snapped. Here's the thing, I'm not usually a confrontational person. Normally, I'll politely ask someone to keep it down, or I'll just grit my teeth and endure it. But this guy, he had already invaded my space, followed me across the lobby with his noise, and acted like the world was his personal stage. I sat there, fingers drumming against the table, my chest tight with irritation. My inner dialogue was running wild. Why should I be the one to keep moving? Why do people like this think they own the room? What makes them believe everyone else's comfort doesn't matter? If he wanted to turn the hotel lobby into his own personal phone booth, fine. I'd just turn it into my personal concert hall. I opened my music app. My thumb hovered over playlists. Now, I wasn't going to go full blast. I didn't want to bother the staff or other guests, but I knew exactly what would cut through his obnoxious conversation. Metal. I picked a track, set the volume to about halfway, loud enough to disrupt, but not enough to get me in trouble, and pressed play. The heavy guitar riffs tore through the quiet lobby. Drums pounded, vocals roared, heads turned. A couple of the hotel staff glanced over at me, but no one said anything. Because here's the difference. My volume wasn't unbearable. It was just enough to create interference. And oh, did it work. At first, the old guy didn't react. He kept talking, his voice colliding awkwardly with the relentless wall of metal blasting from my phone. But then, his brow furrowed. He shifted in his seat. He turned his head slightly toward me as if to check. Is this kid really playing music right now? I didn't look up. I just stared at my screen, pretending to be deeply absorbed. He raised his voice, trying to talk over both the person on the line and my music. But it didn't matter. The guitars drowned out every word. Finally, he broke. He turned his phone down. His voice softened. He leaned in closer to the mic, trying to salvage the conversation. But at that point, it was too late. The message was clear. The louder he was, the louder I'd be. I lowered my volume, and then casually stopped the music altogether. The man ended his call shortly after, muttering something I couldn't catch. He didn't make eye contact, didn't say a word to me. But the next time his phone rang, oh, this was the cherry on top. He answered it normally. No speakerphone. Just phone to ear, like every polite person has done since, well, forever. And the lobby? Peaceful again. The faint music returned. The hum of the air conditioning reclaimed the room. I sat back in my chair, a slow smile spreading across my face. It wasn't some grand act of rebellion. It wasn't the kind of revenge that makes headlines, but it was poetic. Sometimes the smallest victories feel the sweetest. There he was, this man who thought he could blast his call for the whole world to hear, reduced to whispering into his phone like a scolded child. And the best part? I never said a word. I didn't confront him. I didn't cause a scene. I just let my music do the talking. And in that silent, awkward aftermath, I knew I'd won. Because respect? Sometimes you don't ask for it. Sometimes you take it back. You know, it's funny. People forget how their actions ripple out into the world. A loud phone call in a public space might seem small, but to everyone else it's a reminder that selfishness ruins peace. And sometimes, the best way to restore balance is to serve up a little taste of their own medicine. If this story made you smile, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what is the pettiest but most satisfying revenge you've ever pulled off? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this one. Because trust me, you don't want to miss the next taste of justice.